constant, absolute terror. And I can't explain how intense, how strong, how all encompassing that terror is. Unless you do this, you're going to get killed. You're going to die.
Experience tranquility.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another night here at Overwatch Tranquility. Tonight, we're bringing at you the Discord matchup, the final Discord matchup before playoffs. It's going to be Beer Pressure taking on Illusion, 11th seed being fought for in this matchup heading into playoffs, and bringing all the action at you is going to be me. I am Dor, and I am joined with the one, the only J-Star.
Hello, everybody. My name is J-Star. We're going to be looking at Beer Pressure and Illusion. Going to be in a fantastic match. Some people to look at from both sides. Teractin are probably one of the better Reinhardts in the tier. Teractin, an absolute powerhouse on the Rhine for Beer Pressure. On the other side, though, looking at Kingdom, a Season 3 Discord tier all-star. Going to be very interesting to see that Reinhardt v. Reinhardt battle. But also, along with us on the desk, we have Billy Gutt. Billy, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm just kind of here right now. Waiting on the
All right.
start.
He is kind of here right now, and so are these teams. There's a few things to note, right? Obviously, Echo isn't in the hero pool yet, given that she was immediately just smacked out of it. But we will be starting here on Nepal. And what kind of team compositions do you think they're going to be going for here, J-Star?
Well, on this first point, we have Nepal Village, which is very notoriously known for the Brawl map, for the notorious Brawl. So I would not be surprised if we saw the classic Reinhardt, Zarya, Mei and a Reaper, and a Lucio and a good old Anna. That's what this point's known for. Also, a Sim could be run here. Get point presence, just sit on the point, let people vacuum in, and let the car wash go to work. So it's going to be very interesting what we have going on here, Dor.
Yeah, it's kind of the option between point control and going for spam and controlling the high ground. But I've got to say, as far as this map goes, I really like to see the Mei. I like to see a lot of damage on this point. We're already seeing, like you mentioned, O and Retro Life locking in the Mei Reaper alongside the Zarya Reinhardt. They are just raw damage. They want to run over the opponent side and just take this game by storm.
Absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see which team will be able to get their point presence known first and who's able to set up. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this.
And to roll out here, Ghost Pants is going to have a lot of work cut out for him on the Doomfist. He needs to be peeling, taking that Reaper right now.
We will see.
Ow.
We will see. Oh,
This
investing
fight.
that wall.
Player
Right
and his team
away.
are positional advantage given the way of Beer Pressure. This is out of Illusion. Now they're caught in their own bit of trouble here. And Ghost Pants, he's got an opportunity. Slams Gilliam for a moment, and that's gonna leave Ghost Pants taking. Teractin goes down. Opponent's side though, however, out of shield without a little struggle here for Beer Pressure. On however they want, however they've damaged Jude, and that's gonna.
So that first fight, absolutely insane performance there for Impers. Popping off on that Zarya player though, already has that Earth Shatter ultimate. Could be coming in big for this next fight. Honey also with that nano boost, also very, very big coming into this next fight. On the side of Beer Pressure, it looks like the only ultimates they have really coming online are that beat and that nano boost from Gilliam and Guava de Jour here. We will be seeing a boost here right off the bat. The Shatter will be coming in, picking up two. The Maywa will be coming out. Ghost Pants will be fragging. Absolutely. We'll be getting the refrag, and Wah and Ghost Pants are just cleaning up the point, and it looks like it will not matter. Player setting it up perfectly with that Earth Shatter. And going into this next fight here, Ghost Pants will have that Meteor Strike ultimate very well paired with Kingdom's Graviton Surge ultimate. That Space Jam combo is such big for the side of Beer Pressure. Or I'm sorry, not Beer Pressure, for Illusion. I am sorry. Guava de Jour from the side of Beer Pressure will have that beat though. And it looks like they are just trying to initiate here. The Nano is going to come out onto the Reaper, and it will not matter. Oh, we'll be popping that Blizzard in response to the grab. The B will be coming out. Oh, and Retro Life both getting 2 picks. Oh, with another. And Retro Life cleaning up. This is a clean fight for the side of Beer Pressure, cleaning up. Pretty even fight here. And going into this next point, it's going to be very interesting to see what we are going to see used here. Because Retro Life and Teractin both have their ultimates online. That alone could be, those two combo could be enough to put, Illusion right back in their spawn. We just see Illusion looking to posture. Kingdom drops very early on. Ghost Pants looking to engage. The Blizzard will be engaged from Wah. Will be picking up Teractin. The Shatter will be invested from Player along with the Meteor Strike, and it will not matter. Retro Life and, I'm sorry, picking up 2.
All right, checking my microphone right now. Are we good? Are we back on?
I think we are good, Dor. Welcome
All right.
back.
Hopefully for the time being here already. Beer Pressure's off to what looks like an amazing start. Now with the significant ultimate advantage here, they're looking to carry into this next fight and take that point right back.
Absolutely. Coming into this next fight, once again, Teractin and Retro Life both have their ultimates. Once again, like I said before, combo together. It can be such a dangerous combo. It can be very interesting to see how they use those. From the side of Illusion, though, Honey does have that Nano Boost ultimate online. Probably going to throw that onto the Reinhardt. Get his ultimate quicker.
The wall comes out. The shield is down from Player, and both Reinhardts fall there. Followed up, though, by Wall. Out of the way. Without a May, it's struggle here for Illusion to hold on to this point to really sustain themselves. They're going to get run over immediately by Beer Pressure and their ultimate advantage.
Absolutely. That fight came down to ults and who popped them first, and Beer Pressure happened to pop theirs first, and that's what ultimately led them to win that fight, Dor.
I mean, Illusion, they've got enough time that they can build up these ultimates before this point is over, but it's getting to action time. You need to start moving in. Was found a fantastic wall on Teractin. He's caught out, frozen up, and taken down. Reinhardt out of the way. It is a free point here for Illusion. All they've got to do is finish off on these kills, but there's a Blizzard in their way. Player trying desperately to hold on, but they will fall. And as Beer Pressure make their way onto the point here, 100% ticks over, and they're going to take the first map here on Nepal.
Yeah, that fight should have gone all Illusion's way. Got the main tank right out of the way with that Maywall. That was an excellent Maywall from Y, I'm pretty sure, on the May. excellent wall, cutting off that Reinhardt from the rest of his team, not being able to get any resources. But the rest of Beer Pressure hunkered down and were able to turn that fight right back around for them.
I mean, we know Village is a really niche point considering its close proximity, considering just the fact that chucking a lot of damage onto that point can be so viable. We did see Retro Life on the Reaper. I think that offered a distinct advantage over Ghost Pants, especially considering seeing them run it at the beginning of the match, especially considering that it's going to be giving them a significant ultimate advantage after you win that first fight, even if Illusion swaps. So now heading into the second match, we see different DPS compositions coming out from these teams. What's going to be the real difference maker here?
I think the Sombra can pay real dividends here. If Y is able to get hacks onto Teractin or even Guava de Jour, that hack can be such a big dividend. We'd see it right away. Teractin getting hacked. Let's see if Illusion can push this.
Ghost Pants has found one kill down on the Lucy here. Teractin looking for an engage, but he is anti-nated, immediately shot down by Ghost Pants. The McCree reigning supreme right now. Retro Life hasn't really been able to return the kills. And 3 members down. Beer Pressure, they got to let out that gas pedal. Illusion seemingly taking this point with very...
Yeah, but like I said, the Juan the Sombra was able to hack Teractin right off the bat, and his team just sped right into him, took him down really low, invested some resources, he was antied, and he tried to re-engage, but there was nothing really he could do.
Alright, as the team's posture for this fight, it's going to be a different route taken here by Beer Pressure, opting to go the other way. Retro Life this time has found the first pick. Maywall from O is just going to buy them time, but that's not really what they need. They need to look for an engage, because Retro Life is going to get caught out if they leave him any longer. Now he's out of the way. That McCree that's been so potent, so much of the damage is down, but Teractin is right in the face of Illusion and taking down the opposing Reinhardt. He gets a little bit too big for his britches, though, and now it's all about the contest from Illusion. They're just waiting to get back in. Kingdom gets the nano boost. He's anti-nade. He needs to be careful here. Honey trying to heal him up for the time being, but Empress, as the nano boost comes down onto them as well, is creating just as much of a problem. Illusion slowly turning this one around with just the raw damage that's making its way back onto this point. While on the Sombra as well, those hacks so critical winning that fight for him.
Absolutely. Once again, like you said, Teractin getting a little too aggressive there, getting picked off right in the beginning. It looked like he was trying to aggress into the enemy's backline. Ultimately led him to get picked and ultimately led the rest of his team to follow right behind.
Alright, Illusion have a good opportunity here, though. A good chance at holding on to this point with those ultimates. They've got him banked up. They're looking for the shatter. They find it alongside the EMP. A beautiful combo by the red side here. They don't conserve their ultimates, so they throw in the Graviton Surge afterwards. They better pray that was last fight.
Absolutely. That Graviton Surge looked like it was a little bit of an over ultimate there, but that EMP Shatter combo is an absolutely disgusting combo. Guava de Jour, the last chance at touching, gets hacked, and that is so unfortunate.
Oh, and the ball can't even make it. Empress not able to touch, but Guava de Jour will be able to do so. Now the Shatter has found 2 here. Teractin's not done. The Blizzard on the point. He's got a hold shield. Stay alive until his anti-nade goes down, but O's doing work on the back end. Honey's in a lot of trouble if the point takes over, though. Beer Pressure need to be incredibly careful. Empress is back in, swinging around the point. Kingdom's found a lot of damage here. Teractin waiting for his opportunity, but he's just facing so much pressure from the side of Illusion right now. He finally gets nanoed up, and that's going to be the best opportunity he has to take space and open this point wide open with that big old hammer of his. Now Honey out of the way. The main heal's down. Player needs to be careful, but slowly getting picked apart. Beer Pressure, this contest going on so long enough for that EMP to come up, and a lot of damage to come down onto Teractin here. Illusion with 1 critical ultimate seal out the point.
We saw the power of Sombra, like we saw the power of Sombra back in the good old GOATS meta. We saw her come out once again. Sombra, such a strong hero against brawl comps, it seems. Able to just take out the main component, being the Reinhardt, making him effectively useless, it seems, in these fights. And WoW was doing such an effective job of taking out Teractin in these fights, pretty much separating him from his team.
I mean, it's really, really good when you see a Sombra that can win fights without EMP. And we saw WoW effectively solo carry 3 fights there, 2 of which with the EMP. One was an EMP Shatter combo. The second one, also an EMP Shatter combo there at the end. However, there's a fight in the middle that really bridged the gap off of about 3 hacks down onto the Zarya that just absolutely shut down Beer Pressure.
Absolutely. Like I said before, we saw the power of Sombra and back in the GOATS meta, and she is still viable in any type of brawl. But we will be seeing a bit of a dive here from the side of Beer Pressure.
Okay, Beer Pressure needs to take the point here. If they're not able to, it's going to be a tough retake after they lose all their ultimates. But the dive is in, and this Ana's in trouble. Honey running for their life. Klaus trying to keep him alive. Good peel so far. Ghost Pants actually the first to go down. The trades are coming in, but Beer Pressure has just executed this dive beautifully. Shut the supports away from the tanks. Finish off the rest of the kills and take this point right on over.
Absolutely. Tarakton and Empress did such an amazing job at secluding Honey and Klaus in the backline, making sure they couldn't get the peel that they needed, and was able to let Retro Life get a pick and allow O to come in on that Doomfist and help clean up the kills.
And now it's going to be real hard for Illusion to take this point. The stagger potential is massive from this team. The amount of damage they can put into this back room is absurd here, and the punch will come through. Take away the Reinhardt's ball for the time being. Player is purple. He's in a bad place right now with that anti-nade, but O's in an even better one as he dive bombs in on the back line on the Doomfist and finds 3 kills of his own.
Once again, we see the power of Doomfist still being viable even to this day. O playing that Doomfist to perfection right now, is able to get in the backline, hit some of those combos that we all know and love from Doomfist players, and eventually leading him to 3 kills right there.
And still, the ultimate advantage going over to Beer Pressure. They are racking them up. 6 of their players pretty much charged up. Guavatage, you're the only member not really close here. Illusion, and they can't even get near the point without dying. Pants goes down. Honey to follow. Now Tarakton in action. Nanode up here and looking to take some players out of the game. Will commit the Primal Rage to as well. Maybe a little bit much, but they still got more in the tank.
Absolutely, Tarakton popping the angry monkey ult going in. They are playing this dive very well right now, picking their opportunities and windows, and they are going. They are making sure Honey and Klaus are not able to do their jobs. And that's ultimately what's helping them win right now.
Now, they've got the opportunity to push. They have an EMP, but what are they going to really use with it? Bob's come out. The Bob will get hacked at the very least. They try and nano a Winston in, but he's not fast enough. Guava is taking, or Gilliam is taking them for a ride here all the way around the Mega Room, and then the Bob comes back online and finds 2. Ghost Pants trades it back onto Guava de Jour, which is huge because the sound barrier is no longer available. Empress interacting to contest point at this point, and it's 99% to 0 as the staggers start to come in from Illusion, but it's looking done and dusted here. The fat lady ready to sing as Kingdom swings his way onto the point. Desperation in the veins of Illusion right now, but they can work their way back into this. They have a good opportunity. They're on as alive. They have the main heals, and with that, they're going to take this point over the first time.
Absolutely, that Bob was very big from Retro Life, but Honey not being contested in the backline, able to pump out all the healing that they needed, all the healing Illusion needed, able to keep Player and Kingdom alive on the monkey and the ball. Well, ultimately led them to win that fight right there.
And they're coming into the face of a very scary Dragon Blade from Ghost Pants here, while slowly charging up that EMP. Some huge combos ready to come out from the side of Illusion. They're gonna drop one in now. Here it comes. Sound Barrier to try and counter, stops any kills from going through. An effective support ultimate now trying to dive in is Player, but O is doing such an effective job of peeling for his supports right now. It's taken so long for them to go down, and they might just get traded out. Wall to follow here, and as Empress makes his way onto the point, the kills are absolutely everywhere, but this Primal Rage from Player has been huge. Now it's Tarakton's turn, taking everybody off this point, looking to clean up, but little does he know, he is the only remaining member alongside Guava de Jour to try and contest this point. The Lucio trying to get out, and at 50%, all they're doing is wasting their own time.
Absolutely. That beat from that beat from Guava de Jour coming out, probably saving him and Gilliam there. Lucio and Ana absolutely coming in, paying big dividends for them. But it will not matter as we see both monkeys are getting nanoed.
Yeah, some electric monkeys on point, but they immediately go for one another's backline. It's about to get bloody here as they're searching for kills. Tarakton, though, effectively peeled away from his team, and now Player. Both the monkeys suicidal, and none shall live here. Gilliam gets to free farm in the back of the point, but he's dove out by Ghost Pants, finished off. The main heals down is huge for the side of Illusion, but they're slowly bleeding out members as the bomb is released on point. And Retro Life has the superior robot right now with absolute control over point.
Absolutely, Retro Life popping off in that last fight, getting 3, popping the Bob, and it looks like this is all but over for the side of Illusion, as they do not touch. Unfortunate.
a really good attempted illusion, but yet again, the late hero swaps really mess them up. They're not able to have their ultimates online. The ultimate economy just flips completely against them. Beer Pressure able to just charge those up, wait, maintain, and then throw them out for one last good fight. And you know what? They did it on both Village and on the final map, and it's working for them really well so far. I want to see that fixed up from Illusion, though.
Illusion just needs to play more together. They need to peel for their backline more. Attracted and Impulse were having their way with Honey and Klaus. With no real off tank to peel for them, it was very difficult to keep them alive and sustaining a fight. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they fix that. But one more person on our team here, Billy. What'd you see, my friend?
I know Terractin's got more than a few deaths racked up at this point, but I gotta say, he's taking so much space for Retrolife and Impulse to work with that they're just fragging out the fight and winning off of that. Go ahead, Dor.
No, I mean, fair enough. Both these main tanks have been absolute balls to the walls, aggressive so far. And I think we're seeing relatively similar playstyles come out from each of these teams, but just slightly outclassing is Beer Pressure right now. They're looking pretty solid initially on the maps. Meanwhile, Illusion kind of have to feel out whatever composition they're playing into.
Yeah, absolutely. Illusion's looking like they want to play this brawl, but they're just getting out-brawled by Beer Pressure right now. Terractin playing the more aggressive brawl Reinhardt, and that's pretty much what's helping them win right now. Terractin's, I don't want to say inting into the backline, but he's pushing it, and he's able to just make the space for them. So it's going to be very interesting to see what goes on here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, second map coming up in just a moment. We'll know what that is on the other side of this short little break while we fix some technical difficulties. All right, ladies and gentlemen, blink and you miss it, and we are back here getting ready for map 2. We're going to be heading on over to Temple of Anubis. Now, there's a lot of things. We can see run, we can see bunker, we can see aggression, we can see teleporters, we can see dive. Billy Gout, you've gotten to watch these teams for a match. What do you want to see out of Illusion especially to try and take away a map 2?
Out of Illusion, I really think a bunker would fit their playstyle pretty well. The problem seems to be Terractin taking too much space and Impulse following up on it too well. You can deny that space really effectively with a bunker and maybe a brig with you. Not as well as you can with a Reinhardt, which needs to give space.
That's fair. I mean, it was something that we saw a lot this weekend and a lot in the recent meta. The double shield has been very potent. Running the Brigitte on a support composition as well has been something that is extremely notable. As of late, we saw in the Echo tournament this weekend, one of the most common support lineups was actually Brigitte Zenyatta, which was very interesting to watch, but played alongside the Sigma was actually really, really potent. So I want to see Illusion actually get a little bit creative with this here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Billy. Go on, my friend.
Oh no, welcome back, J-Star. Take the lead.
I was doing some map stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what comes out here. Illusion here on the attack is gonna be rolling out on that dive. I'm not so sure if that's the best move, honestly, against the more brawly style that Beer Pressure wants to run here.
Yeah, Beer Pressure, they're looking to put in a lot of damage. The Junkrat, definitely a sleeper pick on Temple of Anubis. It's one that I often go to alongside my team. It's really powerful with all the choke points here. There's a lot of angles you can play with that primary fire, bouncing it off everything, firing from safe angles, actively moving between the high grounds as well is a great option for O. But I want to see this Widow battle between Retro Life and Wah.
Absolutely. I was hoping that we would see Widowmakers sometime, and we are getting what we wanted. Both are tremendous hitscan players, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these Widow 1v1s pan out the door.
I mean, there's a definitive advantage given over to Retro Life right now because Terractin Shield's in the way, because it's just holding the angles right now. Wah has to wait for his opportunity and take the shot. The dive starts to come in, though. Booth onto the high ground has been subbed in, but Nixal already down. The dive just not quite coordinated enough from the team. There's not enough heals to really follow up on it, and they're punished for that.
Absolutely. We will be seeing the sleep coming onto Ghost Pants, Retro Life getting that headshot. But yeah, that dive was just poorly executed, and a poorly executed dive will honestly end in death most of the time.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 doctors would agree that is the worst side effect of a bad dive. However, this time they're searching for a good dive. Booth waiting for his opportunity. This is beautifully done here. Wah starts out by taking out Retro Life. Now he's got the free sight lines, and there is just 4 members, all sorts of on top of Beer Pressure here. They're forced back to point. 2 members remain. Guava de Jour should be next to go down on the Baptiste, just staying on the high ground. But this Baptiste can't do a thing about losing that fight.
Absolutely. Wah making that initial pick, coming in such big for the side of Illusion, and Booth and Nixal were able to follow up perfectly. And that's how you play a dive, my friends.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 members got onto the high ground basically at the same exact time. You saw Lucio, Genji, alongside the D.Va and Winston, just perfectly in sync, looking like a beautiful dance of death here. And now they're looking to do a second thing for the second time on the second point here as they start their dive. And there's 2 members in. It's not the same quality, though. And because of that, Nixal is going to be going down without the defense matrix of Booth, without the help from his teammates. That's going to be a very difficult fight to win.
Well,
the Resurrect, though, is in. Nixal still alive. Coming back on this point, will start to get damage boosted, and that monkey can dish out a ton of damage if he's let to do so. Mercy Honey doing a fantastic job keeping everybody alive, and Illusion just can't find the right pick right now. They've got to take down this Reinhardt. They've got to clear out Terractin because he is buying so much time on this point right now, and the spawns are going to start to roll in. Everybody's alive here for the side of Beer Pressure. It's just a matter of time before they come back. There it is. Opened up with the tire. Finds one. The shatter from Terractin will take Booth right out of his mech, and now it's cleanup time as the Ana, the Lucio, the Reinhardt all on point make for a very bad time for Illusion.
Illusion had the opening that they needed, but didn't take advantage of it. Terractin did such an amazing job of almost playing peel for his backline there. Charging into the backline, getting those dive tanks off of his supports. Getting himself, was able to get nattoed and got a pretty decent shatter to help secure the fight.
Yeah, I think Illusion have to look at this next fight and say we want to pull off that same level of dive that we did in the first, but they aren't really on the same page right now. The 2 tanks, Booth and Nixal, can't really agree on what they want to do, but they're going to start out with a bomb. Nothing to really combo with it, though, as it will be sound buried away by Klaus. Now looking for an engagement on the back of that. The charge comes through and lands down on Nixal, who's taken so low and finished off by Retro Life. Now the re-engage from Beer Pressure. They've eaten up the dive, and now it's their turn to dish out the damage as Booth gets taken out of mech, taken down. 3 members remain, but 0 will in just a moment.
Dive is such a hard comp to run onto this point, and we will be seeing some switches coming out from the side of Illusion. I think is really smart. Once again, Terractin just reigning supreme, asserting the dominance on the Reinhardt, and ultimately paying dividends for them there.
I mean, the swap has come in, right? We're seeing Booth staying on the D.Va, Nixal goes onto the Reinhardt. They want to play a little bit more carefully here, and that's going to prompt the swap from Honey over to the Ana. And they've got to charge up this Nano pretty quickly.
Absolutely. They have to charge up this Nano Blade, especially with Guava de Jour being so low on his ultimate. But they don't need the beat to counter a Nano Blade. They could use the Shatter as a defensive ult. They could also use the D.Va Bomb if they really wanted to, too. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they want to counter this Blade here.
Oh, I mean, that's one way to shut down a push. Honey goes down. The push comes out from Beer Pressure. They need to be a little bit careful of Ghost Pants' play, but I think Illusion just want to play very carefully and bide their time here.
Absolutely. Losing your main support is almost always guaranteed a reset, and Illusion realized that right away and just hit the S key and got out.
I mean, it's definitely the right move. You're just waiting for that nano boost. You can tell Ghost Pants definitely holding onto this blade for the perfect time to use it, and that's really going to be their only opener here.
Yeah, that's really all they have. Is we pretty much saw a full team reset for them. So we will be seeing it bringing out though.
There it is! Using it for the engagement. Will find one kill down on the Retro Life. Traded back with the bomb as well as the tire, but Terractin firing away with the Fire Strike will end any hopes of taking down this point that Illusion had.
Absolutely. Terractin is playing a Reinhardt really well right now. Oh, poor baby Diva.
Oh, Booth.
Oh, Booth. Okay, they ended his struggles right there. But Terractin absolutely insane on the Reinhardt, taking whatever space he wants, doing whatever he wants with Illusion right now. And it's very hard to watch Illusion get rushed down by Terractin right now.
I mean, we've seen Terractin time and time again dominate Reinhardt battles, but Nixel, he's got his work cut out for him. He looks capable. He's got the Shatter coming up. So does Terractin. It is a battle of wits here on the point, but Terractin's got a nano boost, and dirty tricks come out as the anti-nade lands down onto one of these two. He should die, but no! It's actually the kills going the way of Beer Pressure. Not going to be punished for their over-aggression. Terractin manages to come out on top.
That was a nice anti-nade from Gilliam, getting that anti-nade onto Nixal on the nano to Reinhardt, effectively allowing Terractin to do whatever he wanted with them, because he knew that Nixal wasn't able to get the support he needed to sustain in that fight right there. And once that Reinhardt goes down, it's just c'est la vie for the rest of the team.
Alright, we're finally at an even stance though, as far as ultimates go. But if O's Tire has anything to say about that, I am worried here for Illusion. Nixal, the man to be targeted with 30 seconds left. That's huge.
Illusion is going to look to push this, but yeah, that is the main tank down. And they look like they're just trying to regroup a little bit, get a soft reset here, going into this last fight.
I mean, Nixal, they've got everything they need. He's got his Shatter. Wall's going to have this Deadeye in a moment. Ghost Pants is going to have it, but look at Terractin. Oh, he's waiting. There it is! Oh, huge plays from Ghost Pants! Now they can push in alongside the Blizzard. The bomb finds one on the ground. Enjoy the Shatters. Free Retro Life on the ground. Nixal! Huge plays! A sound barrier to continue the hold on this point. Terractin all of a sudden losing any control over this Reinhardt battle that he had. Imper's trying to hold on. Nano boosted up, trying to stay alive, but it's all about the stagger here for Beer Pressure of the beautiful push from Illusion. Ghost Pants, the most clutch wall you've ever seen, cuts off the Shadow that was going to absolutely end their careers. There's still a Blizzard online here for Illusion. They're looking to seal out the point. O is still alive, slept down though, taken out. Terractin re-dive onto the point, but all they're going to be getting for the time being is time. Imperse has his shield up, doing everything he can to extend this lead, and as overtime ticks over, it's going to be big here on 2CP, but whether or not they're able to come back onto this point is negligible at this point, as Beer Pressure take it all the way.
Ghost Pants has to have the biggest brain in the lobby right now, reading that play to perfection. Saw that the Reinhardt wasn't with the team, check the flanks, and oh my lord, the game sense in order to look where Terractin was. Oh my lord. And Nixal following up with that Shatter, absolutely huge. Once that Reinhardt was effectively not with his team, Nixal was able to get a free Shatter on whoever he wanted. And once that Shatter came down, it was all but over for the side of Beer Pressure right there. Interesting plays once again coming in for Terractin. This time not paying off though.
I mean, it was a great attempt at a play, but it's a high risk, high reward thing. And my god, dude, Ghost Pants. Ghost Pants. Oh, that's how you single-handedly win a fight with one ability. Now they've got to defend, though, and we've seen them struggle to do this before against the dive and any sort of pressure that Beer Pressure throw out. So what do they want to do with this composition?
This defensive comp, this attack comp, I should say, is pretty much just looking to rush and spam down wherever they can. O is going to be on that Junkrat again. Once again, trying to just spam through chokes, break the barriers as much as possible. From the other side, though, looking at Illusion, it looks like they are going to have a personal protector for Honey now, with Klaus running the Brig. Looking like they're going to, Illusion's running kind of the more brawly comp here.
I mean, it's exactly what we asked for them. Billy Out mentioned it during the break. We wanted to see that Ana Brigitte. I had mentioned about seeing it, and it's been relatively prevalent, albeit not necessarily run in this fashion, but I think it's a great opportunity to hold the high ground. Ghost Pants as well on the Ashe is a great tool for dishing out a ton of damage within these choke points, using that dynamite to its maximum potential. Now, though, they're making their way around towards the Mega Pack, and this is going to be a tough hold for Illusion because that Junkrat damage is going to start to add up. Oh, still dishing out the AoE, still throwing out those very dangerous bombs. A great anti-nade, though, lands in onto 2 members. Honey's done it now. Nixel needs to look to engage, but for one time, doesn't actually find the aggression within him. The push comes out from the side of Beer Pressure, and they're going to take control of this high ground completely. Nixel finds the pin down on Terractin, but he's actually going to be the one that goes down. Ghostpants wins the hit scan. 1v1 Impers. He's killed himself on the Zarya. That's huge. Illusion have a great opportunity to come back now that there's no tanks alive for the side of Beer Pressure. They can push their way back up onto this high ground, take out these supports, and hold on to point A.
Absolutely. That was an unfortunate circumstance for Impers right there. Probably getting out an unfortunate right click, bouncing off a wall into his face. Unfortunate, but Illusion played that very well, played it slow. Once they lost Nixal, they just played it slow, and they played it how they needed to.
Illusion are still looking, though, to use its wall. Watch Wah here as they come through the choke point. It's not up in time. He does wall up both the tanks. The wall immediately taken down, but Terractin will get charged. The bubble saves him for the time being, though. They're having a hard time making it through this choke point, but slowly but surely, Oh should break it down. Nixal uses Shatter first, will be blocked by Terractin, who's nandoed up, and now it is all about this battle, and it's Nixal on the ground at the end of the day. 3 kills have already gone the way of Beer Pressure, though, because of his shield being down, and that's going to be Illusion cleaning themselves out on this first point.
Absolutely. That was, I don't know if that was a sleep dart or if that was because of Terractin Shatter. Got Nixal down on the ground, was able to give the DPS openings that they needed, opening up the sightlines for O and Retrolife to just pump in damage.
I mean, that's pretty much exactly what it was. Now Illusion, they've got nothing to hold on to this point.
They do have Klaus does have that rally coming online. That is really about it, but that extra armor might not be enough to survive the onslaught of O's tire and possibly a beaten grab here.
And now O's tire's just waiting to come out here, waiting for this fight to break down so he can find the maximum amount of value with it. The Bob used here on point by Illusion, and it's had a huge effect before, but not this time. They're going all the way to spawn here, and Terractin is making a statement on point B. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remain on this clock. They can't just play for staggers. They need to retake this point. Illusion biding their time, waiting for spawns, but it is all up. They don't have time on their side. They use the rally. It's straight into a grab. The point ticking over the Ana has to touch. Honey barely gets there in time, but the point should tick over. 4 minutes remaining. Beer Pressure take over point B.
Wow. Terractin is putting on a Reinhardt showcase right now, asserting dominance wherever he can, making Nick look like he is non-existent in this game. Terractin absolutely tearing it up, giving his DPS all the space they need to work, and it's honestly paying dividends for Beer Pressure right now.
Well, I think there's also something to take note of with Beer Pressure. The supports have been huge. When you talk about a Reinhardt battle, you always have to talk about the people keeping them alive, because sometimes you just don't have the resources to do it. And I feel like that's part of the reason why Nixal isn't really able to find the same level of success, isn't allowed to be as aggressive as Terractin, is because the supports are doing such a fantastic job of enabling him and making sure he has whatever tools he needs.
Absolutely. Like you said, Gilliam, whenever he gets that nano, he's popping it right onto Terractin, letting Terractin press W and swing that big old hammer. The big angry German man with a nano boost is a force to be reckoned with, and Illusion's learning that the hard way.
Yeah, it's that alongside the pressure from O, keeping the shield of Nixal constantly low, alongside beautiful anti-nades from Gilliam that have been opening up fight after fight after fight. Retrolife has been putting in the work on the back line, making sure that they're at least respecting those sightlines, but Ghostpants has something in store from here on the Genji.
It's going to be very interesting to see what Ghostpants' plan is on this Genji. Probably looking to take out Gilliam, just dive the backline, because they know that Terractin and Empress like to go deep. So if they're able to seclude the Ana, that's a good chunk of healing for Terractin down and out.
And they found the wall onto Terractin here, but it's not really going to be achieving all that much. They still make it over into the mega room here, or the mini room, pardon me. And there's not much to do. Good anti-nade lands down onto a few people. They're going to calmly disengage. Nixel needs to do a better job holding onto this door here, though, against all that pressure of Terractin and their crew. But they're just backing up. Illusion are giving them so much space, and Retrolife is happy to take it. Finds 2 huge picks. Follows up with the damage. 3 members remain. Nixel's been boosted onto the high ground somehow here, but it doesn't matter at all. Retrolife finds himself 4 in that single fight.
Yeah, absolutely. They just played the game of attrition there. Once they got that pick, they were able to just wait it out and just eventually just engage and get the final picks that they needed. That Widowmaker, we're seeing the power of the Widowmaker coming in absolutely huge here. For the
I mean, let's watch this play of the game, man. Oh my god, this cat, yeah, this is definitely in that, and takes down Wah, catches them off guard. And I want to point out how late Retrolife actually peaked the initial opening. It took so much time. They didn't know there was a Widowmaker in store from him. You see Ghostpants was actually over fighting with his team because he didn't think there was a Widow there anymore. And so that was a critical little bit of mind game there from Retrolife, but it nets him so much value.
Absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see what both these teams have to go in before halftime. But Billy, what'd you see, my friend?
My god. J-Star, I think you can confirm this when I say most tank coaches say not to press shift that much on Reinhardt. I don't think Terractin has S-bound to walking backwards. I think he has it bound to pinning. He's just going in every opportunity he gets, and he's clearing so much space that Retrolife can just basically do whatever he wants to do. And Illusion has no answer for that with one shield.
Yeah, and when your DPS are making so much with the space alongside your sports always being behind you, and the fact that somehow this man just doesn't miss pins, it's a valid strategy for him so far. The only thing you can really diss has to be the flank shatter attempt, but at the same time, it nearly caught value. The only player on Illusion that saw it was the only player that could have done anything about it. And granted, outside of the Widow play, I've got to say the Maywall out of Illusion was one of the best plays I've seen all night so far. And I want to continue to see that level of play because I know they have it in them take down Beer Pressure. They made map 1 close. They showed signs of life here on map 2. But as we head into halftime, they need to have a little bit of a talk here about consistency, about making sure every push looks like it does their first point A push on the dive. Make sure everything is looking buttoned up, together, and consistent, being able to do it time after time after time. Because if they can't win those fights and compete on a consistent basis, we're going to see them continue to struggle to take points here.
Absolutely. Going to this halftime, it's just a matter of what we need to do to shut down Terractin for Illusion at this point. Because you take him down, the rest of the team falls. I've said that a million times against Brawl Comps. So if they can figure out a way to corral Terractin, Illusion has a shot here. But you also have Retrolife, Impers, doing so much work for them. And they also are big players here too. So like I said, take out Terractin, you can effectively win this if you're Illusion.
Yeah, there's a couple ways that Illusion can go about this. Take this game back into their hands, but they've got to start pulling it back right now. We're going to be heading into map 3 just after a quick 10-minute break. You guys keep your butts in your seats and your eyes glued to your screen. We've got more Overwatch action coming at you in just a little bit. All right, viewers, it's time for the second half of this game. Illusion, they've had their halftime talk, they've had their orange slices, had a little bit of a motivational speech from everybody on the team, and I know they're ready and rearing to go. We're heading straight over to Numbani. I want to take a little second here while we still got Billy Gout. He's gotten to see what's happened on the past couple matches. We haven't really seen that bunker that he was talking about. We did get to see a little bit of Brigitte. So what do you think they're going to look to change it up here with on Numbani?
Numbani is a... Oh, I'm sorry. Go on, Billy. I am sorry.
Tisk.
It's all good. I'm honestly expecting dive from both sides. Even on the defense, I feel like Teractin and Impers have such a built-in synergy from their time on Undead Batteries that they can just do almost whatever they want with the Winston and Ball and get away with it.
Yeah, I think one of the big questions here is what kind of dive do you run? Now there's so many options between Winston, Wrecking Ball, D.Va, the Genji's an option, trying it with a Sombra as well. We've seen both of these teams relatively unafraid to run a Genji. And so what kind of dive do you think we're going to see? Is it going to be the Winston Ball, the Winston D.Va? Maybe we see a Sigma Wrecking Ball, which has become a little bit more common these days. Where are we headed?
It looks to me like they're preferring the Winston Ball, as most teams I've seen are, just because that 100 health slam is so useful for cleaning up on, especially when Winston has such good cleave damage. The DPS are following up insanely well. Retro Life just able to hit a headshot from across the map because, well, hard not to want someone stunned up in the air.
I actually like this team composition a lot from Beer Pressure. Running the Reinhardt alongside the Winston is a great opportunity to hold on to the high ground, really set yourself up. The Ana can exist up there pretty much uncontested until the dive comes through, but it has to be perfect from Illusion. And that's what we've seen them struggle with a lot, especially there on Temple of Anubis. But J-Star, what do you think Illusion are looking to do with this composition? I think there's a pretty clear combination they're looking for.
Oh, absolutely. They are looking for that EMP bomb all day, all night. EMP bomb being such an effective combo. But from the side of Beer Pressure here, I do want to point out the fact that this comp is typically ran with an Orisa instead of the Reinhardt there. But it can be ran both ways without having Orisa in this week. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they decide to do this.
I mean, when Teractin's your Reinhardt, why wouldn't you run it, you know?
True.
I mean, Illusion, they've got their work cut out. They're going to be going underneath here. I like this move a lot. They are only searching for this Ana. The second that you see Gilliam go down, the fight will have been won for Illusion, but it's a real struggle. Getting on top of Teractin goes for that charge. We mentioned that shift key being basically bound to S at this point, and as he continues to go and continues to be healed and naded up and fully supported by his team, he's able to get so much damage down there. He had a fire strike through every player on Illusion in the room, and the fight's won very quickly for Beer Pressure.
Absolutely. If Illusion wants to take this, they need to get onto Gilliam. They need to stay out of Teractin's path. And then a map like Numbani, that is honestly kind of easy to do. Once you're able to avoid the hard carry for Beer Pressure being Teractin, they can find the openings that they need to engage onto Gilliam, take down his healing, and effectively take down the rest of the team after that.
Yeah, I like this a lot more. This main push is going to prove itself very, very successful if they dive at the same time. There we go. 3 members up on the high ground. Lucio and Mercy to follow. The damage comes through, but it's not quite enough to finish off anybody. Finally, Honey and Ghost Pants go down, though the silence broken here, and it's Beer Pressure taking away the win. Gilliam unscathed on this high ground on the Ana.
Impers did an amazing job at counter diving the Dive of Illusion, effectively making that a 4-on-3 with Retro Life, O, Evates, and Gilliam and Impers up there. Pretty much making that an impossible situation for Illusion to win just because of all the damage and sustain that they had up there on that high ground.
And now as they try and reposition here, they feel like Gilliam is kind of this unreachable object, but it really is the only thing they should be aiming for here. It is killable. You just need to be a little bit more careful of the counter dive from Impers. Make sure your Mercy doesn't get cut off. Make sure your heals can maintain in. But the Ashe is throwing in so much damage. Nixall dives in unassisted. Booth gets there late, and he's going to be finished off relatively quickly here. There's a nano boosted monkey in their face here, but Nixall, he's fallen off the map nearly. He gets to the high ground, trying to Primal Rage onto the backline. He separated away the supports, and this Ashe, Retro Life with the Bob, though, is going to continue to watch this point. Gilliam, the ever-living Ana, is just putting in work right now.
Absolutely. Gilliam and Impers were able to do so much for that fight. The bomb will not be finding anybody, unfortunately. But we saw once they took down Teractin, that was essentially a fight win for them almost.
I mean, they get the respawns to come in here alongside the EMP. They're going to be using the blade on top of it, but taken down. Oh, finishes him off in the sky. Now looking for the redive. Nixall at half HP, but the point's beginning to take over here. Teractin with the shatter will find Honey, but only Honey. They try to follow up, though. We'll get one kill. The charge lands onto Nixall. His booth is finished off by Retrolife.
Something I don't think that we noticed there was Evades got hacked out of his beat. He was gonna go pop that beat drop ultimate, but got hacked out of it by Wa, who is now on McCree. But we do see some swaps coming in from Illusion here, which is probably some good swaps for them. With 30 seconds left to take this point.
I don't know about this, man. They're going to really struggle to take out any of the supports or this Ashe that's been causing them so much trouble. Retrolife's amount of damage they've been putting out is just absurd. Now there's an Nano Monkey in their face. Impers is going to continue to zap him right on down. Nixall is antied, and still Gilliam, not a single death in the game so far, has held this high ground with an iron grip and will continue to be the nuisance alongside Retrolife that they've been this entire game. The Bob's still up, ready to be thrown on this point, ready for the contest, but they don't even need it. A full hold comes out from Beer Pressure as they continue their dominance on Numbani.
Absolutely. One of underrated in that was Impers constantly counter diving the dive of Illusion, effectively shutting them out, not able to let them do anything with that dive, effectively shutting Gilliam out. Such good peel coming out from Beer Pressure there.
And I feel like we could take a second and recognize that we have highlighted literally every single player on Beer Pressure tonight. How do you compete with that kind of star power if you're Illusion? You have to pull off a full hold. There's some compositions known for trying to contest this, notably a Bastion run with a Mercy, maybe just go full bunker with it. But do you think they're going to be going for that?
It's still up in the air. If I were Illusion, I'd just try out anything I could. In all honesty, try see if anything works here to try to shut down Gilliam, try to shut down Teractin. Just try to get the picks, because that's what they're lacking right now, is the kills.
And I absolutely adore this switch here from Klaus. And the double main heals, while not particularly meta, is something that I and a lot of the teams that I've been on have found relative success with when we're losing a Reinhardt battle. If you just chuck more heals into the guy so that you're okay losing one of those players, it's a good look. But they're actually swapping off the Ana onto the Mercy, which is a little bit interesting. I would have liked to see the Ana Baptiste here just for a little bit more consistency so you can lose one of them and still be all right, especially with the high ground. Those moonbeats can be so powerful, but still a lot of healing for Nixall to work with.
Absolutely. The Bat Mercy combo being so good with that immortality field and that regenerative burst. And it's going to be very interesting to see here how this plays out.
And now watch the Reinhardt fight here. Nixall holding shield. He's scared of Teractin. You can tell this man's had some bad times, but he finally finds the charge he's been looking for all series. Now both the main tanks down. It's all up to Beer Pressure. Just disengage at this point.
Absolutely. Once you lose one of those tanks, whether it be Empress on that Winston or Teractin on that Reinhardt, that fight is effectively over. You do have some redeeming factors with Retrolife maybe being able to trade, but with O on that Genji, the possibilities of trade frags are very small at that point.
But here's the downside, is Illusion are on a timer. This Nanoblade is going to end their careers here if they're not careful. No support ultimates to counter. There's not much they can do. They've got to put in the damage from the high ground, though, and worry about this fight here as Teractin has Nixall in a corner. The charge comes through, but it's only going to hit the cart. Teractin wailing on the opposing Reinhardt right now, while the heals just aren't enough to keep him alive. With two members down, Booth is just desperately trying to contest, use the defense matrix to buy as much time as possible. The point begins to take over. He is solo shattered by Teractin. That's a message if I've ever seen one. J-Star, Beer Pressure have only leveled up in this series, and yet again they're going to take the map win and the series 3-0. There's still one more map for Illusion to try and find some kind of redemption, but it does not look good for them.
Yeah, once Teractin and Empress were able to break through and able to get in to the bulk of the team, able to get Nixall separated, it didn't matter what they did from there on out. It was going to not end well for them, and once again we see the power of that nanoed Winston coming in right at the end there. It very interesting comp though. I think they call this the Spanish Inquisition. I've heard it from the Beer Pressure guys.
Oh, with
Interesting
Reinhardt and Winston?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
That's funny. At Florida State, we call it the Florida State Special because we run it so often. It's something that we really like to fall back on, especially on maps with a lot of high ground. It offers good ground control running with the Ana. You still have the nanoed Reinhardt. You can nano the Winston if he's looking for an engage, if you struggle to get on the back line. It may not be the best composition at doing exactly one thing, but it gives you so many options to work with as far as peel, as far as damage, as far as engagement, that it's a great tool to have against a team that isn't necessarily trying to take you out in one way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. With that being said, Billy, break that one down. It was a quick one, but give us what you got.
I'm gonna toss that back with a question onto you guys. Who on Beer Pressure's roster is not having a great night? 'Cause I can't find anybody.
I mean, Evade's got hacked out of a Soundberry. That kind of sucks. He's
Yeah,
not having
It
fun.
does, but play-wise, they're all doing great. They're all working together. It's a well-oiled machine, and this information might be outdated, but as far as I know, Beer Pressure doesn't scrim. So
Yeah.
it's incredible watching this synergy come in after really playing once a week with each other.
But Evade's all right. They play once a week with each other. We talk about Beer Pressure as being this semi-casual team, but the way they play, it is like so well coordinated. They have a plan. It is pocket the hell out of Impers, keep him alive. Evade's even on the Lucio. Soundberry basically for him. Yes, he gets hacked out of him. He needs a little bit better antivirus, but either way, there's one player I really want to highlight here for the side of Illusion that has been doing well, and that's got to be Klaus. He's looked pretty solid so far. The rest of the team, I feel like, just lacks in coordination. He's been there for pretty much every play on the Lucio, making it to the high ground, make it to every essential place he needs to be. But no matter what tank duo they're running, whether it's Booth and Nixall or whether it's Kingdom and Player, I really haven't seen any degree of them going at the same time or them choosing to make an engagement with their DPS. It's really just been about a tank and Klaus on every single one.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting into this last map here, playing for honestly the map differential at this point, Beer Pressure has successfully clenched that number 11 spot. It's going to be honestly just a battle of, it's going to be get out with what you can, get out with as much dignity as you can at this point.
Well, there's a little bit more than dignity here. You can take a map. Of course, the seeding will go over the way of Beer Pressure. They will take that 11th seed away from Illusion, who was searching for it. Now Illusion getting pushed down to the 12th seed. And I believe, actually, the difference in who they play is there. Let's find out. The winner, already Beer Pressure, is going to be facing One Trick. The loser will take on South Laws heading into the postseason. But this map, yes, it may matter for dignity, but it's not just dignity in this match. This is your whole season. This is the last map of the regular season. I want to see Illusion make it count.
Yeah, that's it. That would be really nice to go see him come out with a bang here. Coming up from the side of Beer Pressure, though, Impers are running that Roadhog. It looks like they're going to go for the old-fashioned spawn camp here, or at least Terractin is. Nope, as I said, he backs up.
I wouldn't be surprised. Terractin just swing inside the spawn door, healed up by the Ana. I could see it. It feels like a reality that's possible with the way these games have been going, but I really do like this composition from Illusion. They're going back to the Brigitte Ana. The safe heals, keeping player alive. Those armor packs can be thrown on top of him and just allow him to go in and do work, and then just leave it up to the Reinhardt mechanics. Mayol goes down on Terractin, but Impers already the hook.
Yeah, that's a big pick onto Y. One of your frontline damage dealers down already. It looks like Illusion still wants to push this, though.
Yeah, they're not done with this one. Terractin's still on top of this cart, swinging for free, and they're just letting him have all this space. He doesn't even have to hold shield. Klaus isn't shooting him, isn't hitting him with the shield, isn't bashing him, isn't stunning him, finally frozen up. There's the punish they've been looking for this whole time. Illusion can begin their push forward.
Right as we said, though, Bates does get the boot kill onto Wa. Impers refragging onto Ghostpants. This fight... Oh, and another boot kill from Bates!
Oh, no! Evates! You cruel son of a gun! Honey was trying to nano, trying to make a play with player, and now the critical ultimate out of the way. Keep an eye on Gilliam, because Tarakton is going to have this nano in his back pocket, and that's going to be a bad time.
Yeah, that is going to be a scary sight for the side of Illusion once you hear that a voice line come out from the nano boost. Emperor still fishing for them hooks.
He hasn't found any yet. Player moving forward, but little does he know, there is that nano Reinhardt coming up. Tarakton frozen, but not anti-nated, so he can still stay alive with all those heals. Retro Life on the Ashe has been huge this entire series and will continue to be right now. Ghost Pants, though, this Reaper finds a fair few kills on his own, but still just not enough value to finish off. The spawn advantage will be the way of Illusion, but they've got a little bit to wait before they can re-engage.
Can we talk about Evates here getting 3 in that fight? The Lucio fragging. Man, absolutely insane plays from Evates.
That they are. Player has another nano. Now it's his turn. We're going to continue to trade these back and forth because the Anas are desynced right now. Means that player will have opportunities, but he's just not getting aggressive enough with them. Retro Life has so much time and will take down Klaus. The bomb chucked in by Kingdom finds absolutely no value. Ghost Pants, he's done it again. 3 kills in 1 fight. My God, he is solo 1v6ing this lobby right now, and my God, is it good to see.
Ghost Pants has probably been one of the best players for Illusion tonight. We haven't given Illusion much credit, but he has been the most consistent player for them tonight, in all honesty. Whether it was that big brain Maywall on Temple of Anubis, or whether it's popping off on Reaper here on Rialto.
And there's a good opportunity for Illusion to make this push. However, they're running into a few ultimates here. The Shadowford player will be the first one. Blocked by his own May, though. Tarakton holding on. The shift lands down onto player, and that's going to be the kill found. Ghost Pants, Death Blossom will immediately be shut down by those 2 kills. And now 1:05 left on the clock. It's looking rough.
Yeah, that whole hog pop there by Empress pretty much denied Ghost Pants any way. And another boop kill from Evates. This man is an environmental kill specialist. Give him the kill streak. He's earned it at this point.
I mean, Honey hasn't even gotten to play the game in recent memory. Evates with the boops, the environmental kills have been massive here. And as that timer ticks down, it is getting scarier and scarier. I'm interested to see where player actually wants to go. They will take the main route, but they risk running straight into that May wall right now from O. Player needs to be very careful. They're going to be engaging with the Blizzard of their own. It doesn't catch out anybody. Tarakton actually just charges away. I'm starting to believe more and more that Eski is just bound to the ability. Player has the nano now, and he's looking to get aggressive with it. The freeze will not complete, and as the cart barrels forward here, they have a 2-minute advantage. Reinhardt's out of the way, and this is what we wanted to see out of you, player. We wanted this all-out aggression. We wanted you to go with the nanos, and we wanted you to finish out fights.
Absolutely. Player now is coming out of his shell, playing the aggressive Reinhardt like Illusion needs. And honestly, right now, 219, this is still very doable for the side of Illusion here.
They're working their way back up to those key ultimates. Kingdom nearing that bomb. Ghost Pants working on his Death Blossom. And Ghost Pants has been making so much space here. He needs to be in place, though, from this fight begins. He's working on the Roadhog. Will finish off Empress. Now player doesn't have to have that to worry about. And there's a Death Blossom on cart. Tarakton's dropped low. Down onto the boat. He can't climb back up in time. And Ghost Pants on the Reaper. The damage inevitable and unbeatable here from Illusion.
I'm sorry, Illusion is looking really good right now and evades another environmental kill. But with that being said, though, Illusion is finally doing what they needed to do the whole time. Press that W key, put that pressure back into Tarakton, and doing that is ultimately what's helping them win this right now.
Yeah, it's really a confidence right now, and it's all about player. He pushes forward, looks at the charge on Tarakton. It's huge. He pins the Reinhardt. This man looking completely revitalized, and he has come to play. Kingdom's bomb is followed up beautifully by the main.
The classic pin bomb combo showed off perfectly right there, getting that main tank shield out of the way. Player did it to perfection right there. Led them to cap point number 2 here on Rialto.
Klaus has a sound barrier. Player has the shatter. Ghost Pants nearing the Death Blossom. Honey's got a nano. There's a few ultimates in their way. Of course, a Blizzard, a good one, could end this fight entirely. Tarakton shatters have been pinpoint, but my God, player finds 3! It's the first time we've seen him come up big with this. it the entire series, and it's when they absolutely need it most. Pushing Interactin under so much pressure. If they can take down Retro Life with Klaus here, it's going to be big. Ghostpants cleaning up at the back end, the cart barreling towards the end of the map, but doing such a good job stalling right now. Evates just holding on. Ghostpants has a Death Blossom. Honey with the Nano. Klaus with the Sound Barrier. Still so many tools to finish off, but yet there's this wall in front of them that is Terect, the Shatter, threatening to end the lives of Illusion. The bomb coming down on the point. They've got to survive for a long time here, and they don't have that many tools to do it. Push comes in from Terect, swinging in. The Shadow lands down onto 2. Honey in a bit of trouble, but the Nano Boost on a player is going to solve that issue right up quick. Trading 2 kills back now. They're up 1. Illusion looking for a re-engage, but they're going to just back off. Buy their time. Wait to use those ultimates until the next engagement.
That was a smart move there by Illusion to just get out. You had Kingdom in that Baby Diva form, the superior form, in all honesty, of the Divas. But, yeah, that was an absolutely great exchange there from Teractin, getting 2 with that Shatter. The team aggressed onto it, and that's what ultimately led them to win that fight right here.
Now, there's pretty much only one thing to watch, and it's going to be Ebate's ultimate percentage. If he can get this Sound Barrier out before Ghostpants drops in the Death Blossom, it's huge, and that is going to buy a ton of time. Ghostpants in the back line, no, he drops the Death Blossom, booped away immediately by Ebates. That's big, and now the Blizzard in the front is getting to go to work. Teractin looking to clean up. He can't quite catch up to this Lucio, but the fight will be won regardless. 30 seconds on the clock, and Illusion are against the rope.
Absolutely, we will see Ghostpants getting over to that late swap on May. Klaus, that unfortunate stagger. This is still doable, though, from the side of Illusion. They do have both tank ults coming online here, with Honey getting that Nano, and Wah probably getting that High Noon sometime in this fight as well.
But Impers, he's got a Graviton Surge. He can end this entirely. Oh, as long as Kingdom doesn't eat this, it will matter so much. But with the bomb out, the Graviton's free. No one's there to touch card. 3 seconds on the clock. 2, 1. Kingdom barely gets there on time, but the bomb follows up on the Graviton Surge, and will continue to contest his part. Takes down Honey, takes down Wall, all the damage out of the way. Illusion stops square in their tracks on point C.
Man, that Graviton Surge was absolutely big from the side of Beer Pressure. Impers waiting for Kingdom to initiate with that bomb, and when he was out of his mech, he pressed Q and effectively locked up that fight, and maybe locked up map number 4 here for Beer Pressure.
Yeah, and the pressure is getting to Illusion. You can tell that's something they should have been tracking. They should have known that Graviton Surge was on. They haven't seen it in forever out of Impers. They knew it was up. You have to hold on to your Diva. It's almost certainly going to be used to force you to stall.
Absolutely. We saw it perfectly there. Oh, though, coming in that last fight, getting 2. But Wah also pretty much making that fight equal there at towards the end. Unfortunately, Teractin once again took over and just cleaned up, as Teractin's been doing all night.
Yeah, Teractin's been playing well. I feel like that last hold, definitely a lot of it down to their team. Of course, a massive boot from Evates keeping Ghostpants out of the backline was massive, because that was about the only ultimate that was going to win them that prior fight. Heading into the final one is a little bit of desperation out of Illusion. There wasn't much they can do, but now they've got to hold. And Rialto is a map that offers a lot of places to do that for them.
Absolutely. This first point is one of the most notorious maps for getting full held on out of all the escort maps in the game, with this first little bend here, or I'm sorry, the second bend being the hardest to get through. And it looks like both teams are opting to go for a full brawl here.
And brawl they will, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready for a slobber knocker. Here is the final map of the night. We'll proceed with it second half. Matching compositions right now, but Retro Life on the Ashe has been the difference maker lately. Player immediately gets dynamited around this corner. As Teractin him do the little hammer dance around, it is all about whose Maywall is going to connect here. Wah has an opportunity against Teractin, but isn't going to use it. Impers gets aggressive. Again, not cut off. The first one to use their wall will be O, but it doesn't quite connect the way they wanted to. Player backing off. Will find the charge, though. That's straight into enemy territory. Teractin calmly dispatches of him, followed up by Retro Life taking out Honey. That's the fight won, and it's over with.
Can we look at the two Lucio's ult percentages here? Evates is asserting dominance over Klaus right now. 40% to his ultimate compared to the measly 10. Not even in double digits quite yet from Klaus here on Illusion. The Lucio 1v1s are coming out in full swing here. And it looks like they're going to get a wall here.
Oh, Terractin nearly finds a huge shatter, but the wall will be successful in dispatching of him. Honey out of the way as well. No supports here for the side of Illusion, actually. This fight could go bad. The wall on the player. Impulse is nano boosted. That is so much damage in the face of a single Reinhardt. Kingdom can't do anything to keep his tank alive as the spawns can't come in quick enough. The cart will proceed to the end of point C.
Absolutely. Once again, Lucio not being in the fight for Illusion. That is a big chunk of heals and your mobility down for such a big brawl comp like Illusion is running. Once again, the Lucio play from Evades is absolutely insane tonight. But let's not forget the powerhouses of Beer Pressure right here, Terractin and Empress, putting in work in the front line, making Illusion quiver in their boots.
Oh, player drops down. The shatter immediately shut down by Terractin is massive there, though. The Blizzard dropped on the point, and Beer Pressure is killing themselves all over the place. Evates has found another boop, though. Illusion are going to follow up without a main tank in the way. They can look to retake this card. Player is walled off, frozen up. Gilliam with an anti-nade, and player yet again is just getting CC'd to death here. The spawns will start to come in. Ghost Spam drops the Death Blossom, takes down the main heals, but he'll get dispatched of himself now. And they've bought too much time. They've wasted so much.
That Illusion needs to come up with an answer for Retro Life, just picking him down from afar. We will see Ghostman swapping over to the Kree. A very smart swap there, trying to contest that Retro Life on that Ashe, just raining in damage from afar.
Ghostman's actually having a pretty hard time. He gets out of that dangerous position, but as this cart nears the end of the second point, Illusion are getting more and more nervous. The Graviton Surge, the Blizzard chucked in on top of it. Everybody's getting frozen, but Terractin finds the pin when they need it most here at the end of point B. 4 minutes, and there's more time to be added to this clock.
Absolutely. I think we're on par for one of the fastest times we've seen in Tranquility yet on this map. Once again, Terractin, Retro Life, Impulse are rolling through rolling through Illusion right now. With 4:47 left on the clock.
In Illusion, they've managed to hold on here on point C a few times. We saw them push, we saw them last out fights, but we haven't really seen them win anything solidly. With the Graviton thrown down on point, will be countered by the Sound Barrier. Player is in, finds the charge onto Terractin, finds the shatter! Okay, main tank's on the ground, we've got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Player's in the backline, dishing out so much damage, finds 2, nano boost, enabling him for the time being, and Klaus still has that Sound Barrier in his back pocket.
Absolutely. That was the little jolt of energy I think Illusion needed to get them right back into this. They have a tall task ahead of them, but that is a step in the right direction. Player carrying that fight with a shatter.
Yeah, there's more to be had, though. They've got a lot to worry about because O is going to come up on a Blizzard. Terractin still got a shatter. Retro Life's Bobs have been huge up until this point, and now Illusion, they've got to find a re-engage. They're going to do it early, dropping the Blizzard onto the point. 4 members should get frozen up here, but player is the only one to do damage. A great wall from O keeps him alive for a little bit, but not nearly long enough, as a massive play from Wah enables them to hold on to the ultimate economy.
Absolutely. Wah popping that one mail. That is what we call a fight-winning ult right there. Wah pressing Q and effectively team wiping Beer Pressure right off the face of Rialto.
And as our producers pointed out, that was the first fight that Illusion have actually won in this game. Here on Rialto, it can be really tough because that ultimate advantage matters so much, but now they've got it. They've got a lot to work with. The Deadeye is looking to peel here from behind. It can be huge, Ghost Fans! Oh my god, 3 kills up! And 3 players down. The shadow from Terractin isn't done yet, though. He wants a little bit of revenge onto the McCree. And as Empress goes down, the Graviton's actually thrown out from Beer Pressure. They're wasting so many ultimates.
I am not sure about that shatter or that Graviton Surge right there. I don't know why they were thrown out, but that just swings the ult economy even harder into Illusion's favor here.
I mean, that puts a whole other meaning onto thrown out, because I definitely want to capitalize the first part of that word, as now Beer Pressure actually have a pretty hard time looking to push this point, as they're going straight into player shatters, which have been great this game. He's got a nano boost. He's found 3! Again, no, Evade's barely dodged it, but it doesn't matter. The damage is there to follow up. Terractin, anti-nated, finally getting a little bit of his own medicine here as the Blizzard's thrown down on a point. It's a little bit too much from Illusion, but you can never be too safe against a team like Beer Pressure.
Absolutely. I think that was a good call from Wah to use that ultimate. Sometimes it's better to overult in a fight than not, and sometimes lose it while pretty much securing that on the back of a player's shatter right there.
Well, now it's all on the back of Kingdom to keep this Graviton Surge and make sure it gets maximum value inside the point. O could wall it off. We could see it get shut down relatively quickly, so they need to make sure they're going to be able to follow up. And now is all charged out, just waiting to be used. There it is. Catches 3 inside. Player charges out, Teractin. Ghost Pants now cleaning up everything else inside the Graviton Surge. They're out of it, though. They're released. And the beast that is Teractin is looking to deal a ton of damage. 3-man shatter, completely uncontested. Finding everybody with that heat-seeking hammer fizz as the cart nears the end of the point here. It'll be all about Illusion and this stall. 1 minute 14 left on the clock. Ghost Fans trying to come in, walled off, but Kingdom to follow here. Player could make his way back onto the point, but Teractin is in his way. Those adaptive shields can only do so much. Great chatter out of player though. Puts 3 members onto the ground and takes notably Teractin out of the fight. O can offer up so much contest here, but Retro Life goes down. Huge play. Good anti-nade back onto him, but Illusion have won this fight.
That was an insane back and forth there between both teams. Like you said, the Animal Teractin was released. It looked like it was all but over from the side of Illusion, but player had something to say about this. As we get into the last fight of the regular season in Season 4, the Overwatch Tranquility Community Door, this is going to be a good one, my friend.
That it is. Klaus has to sound barrier at the perfect time. O is going to look for this engagement. Impers has the Graviton Surge. The question is, when is this man going to press Q on Lucio? It needs to be now. There it is. Finds the sideline. Keeps him alive. The Blizzard follows up. Freezes down player who will be promptly followed up on the wall. And Ghost Fans at the absolute perfect time. Shatter finds the shatter though. And ow, the follow-up is just too much. Illusion are on the ropes yet again. Kingdom has to stay alive on the wrecking ball. Has to manage to not get frozen up by O. He's running for his dear life, trying to find some health. But as the cart nears the end of the map, player comes back and finds a charge onto Teractin right when they need it. Impers finishes off the main tank. Honey with the res though, right on time. The main tank's alive. Mine's on top of the cart. This is going to be it. Retro Life has the Death Boss him into the back line, but there's a nano boosted Zarya in their front. Good anti-nade, a lot of damage coming down, but overtime is so threatening. Evate's barely holding on to his cart right now as Impers heads in, killing him on the back line. Sleeps player! Ghost Fans, good peel with the Meteor Strike, though, as Teractin has made it back on the cart. It is 4 versus 6 now, and Teractin has to come up huge. Player, the Shatter, finds him onto the ground. Main tank out. Ghost Fans dives in. Retro Life on the Reaper is about the only thing that's really going to threaten him at this point. The dive from O is not meant to be had. Illusion find the final map of the regular season.
An absolutely insane way to end map number 4. Unfortunately, Illusion did get the short end of the stick here, but an amazing way to end that match. An amazing way to end the regular season of Season 4 here on the Overwatch Tranquility Community. Oh my lord, Dor.
Wow, Illusion looked like an entirely different team there. You know, they enabled their mouse and keyboard, you know, plugged in their monitor, made sure everything was working. You know, by map 3, a little bit late to do so, but they showed up regardless. Klaus, Honey, Player, Wa, Ghost Pants, Kingdom, everybody came up huge when they needed it most there at the end. And my God, are we proud of them. Beer Pressure, though, they will take the win on the day. They showed up maps 1 through 3. Even in map 4, it looked so close. Teractin at their helm as well, looking incredible as ever. I can't wait to see what these two teams have to offer in the postseason.
Absolutely. Let's not forget about Billy. Billy, close us out here. What are your final thoughts about this map, my friend?
Teractin is an animal, and he can smell the fear and the blood in the water, but he caught the wrong whiff, and player just shut him right down. Towards the end of that map.
Yeah.
There's also the whole note of Evate's found, I think, 5 or 6 environmental kills.
Evate's
which
another
is
beat
just
cancel.
ridiculous. Like, we played 1 map of Rialto. The bridge he got 2, but then he managed to find some across the 2nd bridge and on this 3rd point. I don't even know where this man is pulling him out of, but it's impressive. Either way, Beer Pressure, they come out with the win. They're looking strong. They've got momentum heading into playoffs. It's promising for them into the future. They've got a lot on their plate, though, heading up against One Tricks to follow this one up. But as for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all we have for you match-wise. Be sure, though, to catch the beat drop in just a little bit on the YouTube channel. That's not one you're going to want to miss. Bringing all the action at you tonight. I've been Dor. I've been found at Twitter or on Twitter at door_cask. I know you can find JStar in there. Where can they find you, bud?
You can follow me on Twitter at _realjstar. Also follow me on Twitch at jstargaming72. And yeah, Billy, feel free to plug yourself, my friend.
My Twitter, BillyGoutOW, at BillyGoutOW, and my Twitch is just at BillyGout.
Also, don't forget to tune into the Iris podcast Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, sounds good. Y'all keep your eyes on the screen. We're going to have a little bit of a promo for the beat drop playing after this. Be sure to catch up on that one. We'll catch you guys, though, in just a little bit.
Hi, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the feature match tonight, but the Tranquility Entertainment isn't done just yet. Go on over to our YouTube and tune into the Beat Drop tonight at 10:30, hosted by Skifer, Yeti, and Vila, where we sit down with a new team each episode, ask a few interesting questions, and play some fun games as well. So come on by, have fun, and learn some more about your fellow community members. And if you want to be on the Beat Drop, hit up Skifer, Yeti, and sign your team up today, and we hope to see you there.